Good evening once again, members. I want to welcome all of you to this ProDev session. Today is a Thursday, and we have already our guest speaker online. Our topic today is going to be medical insurance. And just to give a preamble, my name is Richard Mukooba, and I'm the circle manager. Once again, I welcome everyone for sacrificing time. Shallon, you're most welcome. Members, this has been a call by everyone. This has been a call by everyone on the group, and actually all of us, including our families, we all fall sick. We all get medical challenges, illnesses, sickness. But how do we handle as an individual? Many times you'll never plan for sickness. You don't know when you fall sick. You don't know when you get headache. You just wake up in the morning and you're not feeling well. Sickness does not wait for you to have huge monies in your pocket. It does. Most of us are salary earners. It doesn't wait for you to get salary, and then it knocks on your door. So in such events, how have you been managing? How do you manage as a science teacher for yourself and your family as well? We are all parents. What about your family? Okay. So many times I see, including myself, you fall sick and you're running around for friends to borrow you money. You go to the hospital. Remember, in hospital, many hospitals, you don't go there for credit. Treat my child or treat me myself, and then I'll pay later. Very few have that arrangement. And in case they are there, they are for corporate kind of entities. Now, for us as teachers, as opposed to other private entities that are given medical insurance, as teachers, we are not given medical insurance. You'll find as employees having cards, like for example, bankers, they have cards. When someone falls sick, they just go to the hospital. Aga Khan mention them, Kampala Hospital, big hospitals, present their card, they have beneficiaries, their families, and they are treated. But how about us? Some of us will go and get loans. But would the loan wait? Because you cannot get a loan instantly. Even in our circle, you cannot get the loan immediately. As in, you want to treat this patient. You're critically ill. You want blood. You want life support. You want oxygen. And so I need this money in less than a minute. That does not happen. So I appreciate that most of you have really brought this on board. The sessions have been going on the platform. What about medical insurance? What about medical insurance? So what we did, we tabled our request to board, and the board allowed it. We met with the insurance providers, the medical providers, and appreciated their proposal. So they are here to teach us about medical insurance. What do we do in such events? And how can we get covered? So that when you fall sick, you don't have to worry. Just present your card to the nearby hospital as he will guide, and then you get treated. And we continue with our work as science teachers and employees of Postal Members Circle and the union at large. This is not only the circle, but the union at large. So Shallon, you're most welcome. I don't want to waste a lot of time. I want to give you time, please. You take us through. Just know that we are all green about this product and insurance at large, especially medical. So please deliver to us so that we digest each and everything. I think we shall have questions at the end of the session. Please note down your question, or you're free to put it in the chat box. We shall be addressing those questions. So Shallon, you're most welcome. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Richard. Good evening, everyone. I want to take this opportunity to thank Richard and the management of the circle for giving us an opportunity to have this presentation at this juncture. So allow me once again introduce myself. I'm called Shallon Nahurira, and I'm the Business Development Manager at AAR General Insurance. On call, I have my boss, and allow me call him in to say one or two words, and then we can proceed. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Godfrey Bwabiecheswa. Happy to hear from you, and I'm also looking forward to something that is interactive. We encourage you to ask as many questions as you can so that we can come to appreciate what we are getting ourselves into. Like Richard said, yeah, previously the medical used to be a luxury. Today, it has stopped being that. It's something that we work with and something that we need now to start appreciating. Because if we get annoyed for our families, Sans has not contributed for me, why me? The question comes back to us and say, okay, how did you invest your money? How did you plan? So I'm here to give support to Sharon, and let us interact and let's have a very meaningful discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Godfrey. Richard, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Sharon. You can just put it in a PowerPoint
Yes, I
mode.
can hear Shallon loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have it in PowerPoint. Presentation mode, yeah.
Yeah,
It's there.
thank
We are
you.
there.
So we are from AAR General Insurance Uganda, and I want to give you this confidence that AAR is the leading insurance company providing medical insurance, and also to date we provide general insurance. And when we talk about general insurance, these are risks to do with property. We have been in existence since 1984. I'm very sure most of you who are here, at least all of us, we've heard about AAR. Yeah. So we started as an air and road rescue and evacuation company, and today we are a fully fledged general insurance company. We operate within East Africa, and with our head offices being in Nairobi. And one thing you need to know is that we have a clientele of over 200,000 customers. Yeah. And AAR is a group of companies. And one thing you need to know about AAR, our head office here in Uganda is in Bugolobi at Salmon Race, Port Storo. And under the AAR group, we have, I know most of you out there in different regions in Barala, Kampala, Mbale, Gulu, you've seen AAR Healthcare. So we have AAR Healthcare and our major hospital stationed in Nairobi as the AAR Healthcare. And we also have regional hospitals in Uganda. Those of you who have seen them, I know you've been there, you've seen this brand before. Still under the group, we have an ownership in Nakasero Hospital. Still under the group, we have Kampala Hospital, part of AAR Group, and international wise, we extend our services through Signa. That's one thing you need to know about AAR. So this is to give you confidence that the longer we've been in the service, we are able to extend the service. At least we've gained the experience in over the 40 years. So briefly, we need to understand what is insurance. Insurance, in simple terms, I may say that it could be like muno mukabi. I know your circle members, you understand what they call, okay, like our usual muno mukabi, these small circles that we have back at home, like maybe for funeral in case we lose someone, or in case we get any challenges, we run here and there, we contribute. But in this case, Yomuno Mukabi is insurance or AAR that you're bringing in place. So what happens in case a risk occurs? And we are trying to sensitize you to move away from self-insurance and transfer the risk from yourself to an insurance company. Like Richard earlier said, let's not wait for a scenario to happen. You're involved in an accident, you're critically ill, you've been diagnosed with like maybe a heart attack, you need to do a transplant, and then you run here, do car wash promotions to contribute from the relatives. Let's have this insurance with us as early enough to secure our lives. So in short, insurance, you're transferring a risk from yourself to an insurance company than having it on yourself. And this helps you to forecast and plan for unforeseen events ahead. So in this, we talk about medical expenses, and the medical expenses we are talking about among the individuals and to protect ourselves financially and also planning for the future. This medical insurance is classified into two benefits. We have what we call inpatient benefit and outpatient benefit. We all know that we all move to hospitals in case we are sick, but you can either move to a hospital and maybe you're admitted, or you can move to the hospital, you aren't admitted, you meet a doctor. After meeting a doctor, you do lab tests and you get a medication, or the doctor prescribes you medication. You get that note that has been given to you. You get out to the pharmacies and get the medication that has been prescribed for you. So that is outpatient. But inpatient, this is when you're admitted. And usually, this us as teachers, where we get a challenge is when it comes to admission. Most of us go to the pharmacies, we do self medication. Like you go to the pharmacy, you request for medication, you're given medication, you get back to home without knowing even what you're suffering from. You just do a self-assessment and then you get back home and you start medication, which is not good. We are here to sensitize you to enroll on the insurance package. And we have come up with different insurance packages to cater for your needs or anything that might arise in future. So outpatient, like I've said, you visit the facility. Inpatient, you're admitted. So we have different insurance plans that cater for a different category of people. We have individual plans, we have family plans, and we also have group plans. And under these group plans, we look at like SME companies. These are companies that range from lives or a number of staff between 4 up to 50. Under groups and associations, we look at everyone. We design products that match and fit the category of people that we intend to bring on cover. Under corporate, we are looking at lives between 4 and 100 and beyond. So what will this policy cover you for? Or why are we here to share with you about medical insurance? The best thing you can get under medical insurance is private medical treatment. There is hospitalization. We have nursing services. We have theater services. We have drugs and dressing. We have doctors and consultation services. We have diagnostic services such as X-rays and laboratory tests. I don't know if we have any question before I go ahead, or Godfrey, if you have something to clarify or add on about the services. Godfrey? Godfrey, are you there?
Yes, sorry, I was on mute. Now, So far good. Nothing additional from my side. But what I would want to encourage that we are going to share this maybe for people's ability to also read it after and internalize. The question is that medical gives you the assurance that you're safe. No matter what limits you have, at least you have a starting point where you can get basic treatment from.
Okay, thank you, Godfrey. Richard reached out to us, having had that engagement with management, and we were able to come up with 3 category of products. Now, we have category A, which has got the annual limit or how much you can pay per person in a year. And in this, we are looking at 440,000 per person per year. And what does this come with? It comes with an annual hospitalization limit of 1.5. When I talk about hospitalization, I mean if at all someone is admitted. So if at all someone is admitted, you're able to spend up to 1.5. If your bills go beyond 1.5, you will do a top up. But for now, our option 1 comes with 1.5 in case you're admitted. We have our overall outpatient limit of 300. Outpatient, like I've earlier said, this is when you get to the hospital and you request to meet a doctor. Once you meet a doctor, maybe you do a few lab tests, and after doing that, you again see a doctor and the doctor prescribes medication. Still, if you cannot get medication at the facilities, we have our service providers of pharmacies that we do pattern with where you can get medication. And this 300 is able to cover you for a whole year. So I hope that is clear. Then in case your bill goes beyond 300, still you top up. So we can look at this as something that you can always start with. Then we have an hospital cashback. Hospital cashback is an amount that we pay to our client in case you're discharged, because we are looking at an average person, someone who is unable to continue with life, like or putting back yourself in the other shoe, you are in. So in this case, we assume you've got out of the hospital, you don't have money, you need something an upkeep to catch up with life. So we'll give you a cash of up to 300,000 in your account, and then you're able to continue with life once you've been discharged. And this is upon you sharing with us your medical bills and the discharge form, and then we are able to credit your account. Then we have a life cover, a funeral or a death benefit. In case, God forbid, one of us leaves, as we get on board, we will fill forms. In these forms, we are able to share our next of kin's names and other details that are required for us in future. So in this scenario, if at all, God forbid, you pass on, we are able to give your next of kin an amount of up to 2 million. We have a critical illness benefit, and in case in future you're diagnosed with critical illness, and critical illness, we are looking at maybe pressure, heart attack, renal failure, to mention, as long as it has been diagnosed or by the doctor, we are able to pay you a cash of up to 2 million to help you catch up with life. We have a total permanent disability benefit in case you're involved in an accident or you wake up one day and you're totally disabled. This is an amount that will be credited to you to help you also catch up with life. So with this package, for you to enroll or get on board, you must pay 440,000. This is an amount for a year. That's option 1. Option 2, it's an inpatient cover only. Inpatient, we said this is in case you're admitted. Like I've earlier mentioned, we have people who have a challenge, or who not most of us, this is not something you've planned for. If at all you don't have insurance, you're admitted, you don't have anyone to support you. But here we are saying have an inpatient cover only. If at all you can't manage the other previous cover that has inpatient and outpatient. So in this case, you pay us an amount ranging to 239,000 per year. And with this 239, we will exchange a cover of 5 million. However, this 5 million is broken down as follows. We will give you an hospitalization limit of 2.5, and hospitalization, we said this is in case you're admitted. We'll give you a death benefit of up to 1.5, which is payable to your next of kin. We'll give you a total permanent disability of up to 1.5 in case you're totally disabled. So this is another product that we came up with for those people who are unable to pay the 440. At least you can manage to get medication off the pharmacies, but in case you're admitted, we are saying have this cover on you, put a cover on yourself so that you don't get a challenge in case you're admitted. At least you're able to use the 2.5 to cater for your bills and get back home. We have also a category. We have another product, which is our third product, and this is for the high end. I'm not saying, okay, the high end, we can all have this product, but the challenge is its annual amount of payment per person is 1.1. So this is our comprehensive product that has everything. It's a full package. It comes with an inpatient of 40 million, an outpatient of 3.3 million, a maternity of 3 million, an optical, dental, both optical and dental, each is at 400. So for you to get this cover, this is an annual cover, you must pay 1.1 to get these services. Any question? Richard, any question before we proceed?
At the moment, you can proceed, and then we shall have questions at the end of your presentation.
So why AAR, and what makes us unique, and why should you choose AAR as your insurance company? One, like I've earlier mentioned, we have an experience of over 40 years. We have a wide clinical network. Wide clinical network, I mean, these are our service providers that we do pattern with. We not only deal with AAR health care clinics, like I've earlier mentioned, we have up to 340 facilities across Uganda, and I'm going to share them here, that we have an MOU with and help us to extend services to our clients. We operate 24-hour. In case you have an emergency, you're able to reach out to us through our emergency helplines, either at night or daytime. At any time, we are there to rescue you. We also have a care delivery program, and in this program, we really value our customers, and mainly we look at customers who have chronic conditions, and we reach out to our customers and ensure that they have drugs. We also remind them to do drug refills and visit doctors in case of any challenges. We all know that chronic conditions, these are special conditions, especially when it comes to diabetes, pressure, These are conditions in that at any point you can even forget to do drug refills and you realize that you don't have drugs anymore. So with this, we do drug delivery wherever you are in the country. Yeah. Another thing you need to know about us is that we, as AAR, we have a wellness team. In this here, we really do our health promotions. Like today, currently, we know that in Uganda, we are sensitizing about Ebola and trying to ensure that we put everything in practice. And in this, if you need us or if you feel you have a gap in this, we can come in and have a sensitization about Ebola. We also know that we have mental problem or challenges across our country, even everywhere. And we have these programs. We come through and ensure that we do sensitize so that everyone gets to know what they need to do or what are those symptoms that they have to reach out to the specialist for better services. Still about us, we have a medical evacuation program, not even program, we have a seamless arrangement. We do road and air ambulance evacuation. In case of any emergency, you reach out to us 24-hour, we are able to extend our service, or we are able to reach out to our nearest facilities so that they can do an evacuation. We do patient visits in case you're admitted. We ensure that our clients get the best service, and also we reach out to our customers. So in case you're admitted, we will be reaching out to you physically to ensure that you're getting the best. We also negotiate on behalf of our clients in case you require to have a special operation. And in this, we are negotiating for discounts, and with the help of the case management team that we have here on the ground, you're able to get the best from us. When it comes to the overseas treatment, we are the best because this is something we've been doing before as an air and rescue company. So we have the best connection and we are able to help and negotiate and connect you to the best partners across internationally. Yeah. How do you access our service in case you get on board? Currently, we use member numbers, and with the help of Smart is our tech company, which helps us to extend services through our service providers. So once we enroll you on board, you will get an SMS through Smart and with your member code or your member number that will help you, or is in case you go to the service provider and you need these services. Besides that, we've moved away from the soft or from the physical card. Currently, you're able to view your benefits on your phone using the Smart app. So on the Smart app, you're able to locate for any provider or any facility in case you're in a region where you're not sure of where to go. It has personal information. You're able to see how much you've used, how much you're remaining with on your card. So it helps us also monitor fraud, and you're also able to plan for your visits, also to plan for your operation in case you have any. Through that, you're able also to reach out to us, and you get feedback there and then. Other information that you need to know, I think for now I can stop there. If at all you're on East African cover, we do operate, except in the countries we are not in. That could be like Rwanda. We all know Rwanda has got a national medical insurance, and Burundi, to date we are not in Burundi, and also in other countries that we are not in and you have a cover with us, we operate on a reimbursement basis. You're able to spend and then get back to us, and we reimburse your cash timely. Yeah, thank you very much. Over to you, Godfrey, in case you have any addition.
Yes, I wanted to add something on if you can go back to the products on the limits, just to clarify something.
Yeah.
Now, Tim, when you look at these products, you will find that under inpatient, the limits are bigger. You'll find that you have a very big limit on inpatient and a very considerable, slightly lower limit on outpatient. Medical insurance from the start it had been developed to cover inpatient cases to do with admissions. Now, along the way, people will use to buy insurance and then they were not falling sick. Of course, if someone has not gotten an accident or somebody has not gotten an illness, it sadly became unpopular. So along the way, it was realized that you know what, let's also introduce something. So the occurrence on inpatient is slightly low, but if a case happens on inpatient, it requires a bigger money. That's why you'll find that bigger values are put on inpatient. Because when somebody is admitted, trust me, the bill will go up to about 1 million shillings, which is unlikely for somebody who is on outpatient. So that's why you see that the limits fluctuate like that. But net on net, it's something, if you can afford a package that is comprehensive, the package that is on screen here is what you call a comprehensive package. It gives you room for everything. But you could be a lady who says, okay, for me, I've stopped giving birth and I want something just for a start. Then you can choose from the rest of the other packages. The bigger question now should be, where do we start from? As human beings, we need to plan. If I can plan well and I can borrow from the circle, the 1 million on a yearly basis and pay it over time, over a year, and I get something comprehensive, that's good enough. If I can't and say, okay, I have other commitments, but I can do a product of 440, which assures me about 5 visits in a year at the hospital, because it has an outpatient limit of about 300, and then the bigger limit of all is on inpatient. That's also something to start from. So over to you, team. Kindly engage us. We want to leave this place when people are comfortable, and we try to roll out this product.
Yeah, thank you very much, the presenters. You've really articulated the point. And over to the teachers, you can share in your question. You can ask a question, but maybe from my side, if I'm to ask, I have my insurance policy. I'm covered for medical, maybe any package. And my child falls sick. I go to the hospital. I ask my doctor, please work on my child. Can I use my cover to treat that child?
No, you
And
can't
my
use your
child
cover.
benefit from.
You can't benefit. Insurance is purchased per individual. Unless when somebody has come and asked, because we have what Shallon took you through, what we call family products, family packages. They are packages where somebody negotiates and then the benefits are shared. Of course, those ones are priced slightly higher to accommodate the number of people that are within. But normally, insurance is for an individual. For example, if my car has a third party and my brother's car doesn't have third party, my brother cannot claim when he has a case through my third party. So it's one dress for one person, one trouser for one person, something like that.
Understood.
Yeah.
Kindly unmute and ask your question if you have a question. But it's important we ask, because this debate has been ongoing on the circle platform. So let's ask these questions so that we really answered, and then we start to go on.
Yes, Okelo, you can unmute. I see Okelo's hand is up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Richard.
Yes.
Madam Shallon and Mr. Mukooba, who is there. I really appreciate the effort you people are making, the sensitization you're making on general insurance, which has been something very rare on almost many teaching staff, especially in the country. We think that it is meant for other people, not actually for us teachers. My point of inquiry is on the package, actually the third package you people have explained. There is an aspect which is written there indicating number of lives, 200, number of lives, 200. I did not hear any explanation on the implication of the number of lives you are talking of, being 200. Is it the number of clients you will serve or what? I'm just requesting that you give some clarification on that area. Thank you for now.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Mr. Okelo. Now, for this, when the circle approached us, they just gave us tentative numbers to work with, so that we can get, we can arrive at a favorable pricing. So that one just a figure we picked off the shelf and said, let's put 200 as the start. But we know the numbers can grow because your circle has actually more people. What you should focus on is a premium that you're going to pay, which is the 1.1, and then the benefits that you'll enjoy. That if you're going for dental, you have a limit of up to 400. If you're going for optical, you can have a limit of up to 400. Then if you're sick, if you're going for outpatient cases, the normal outpatient is that's, I think Sharon explained it well. When we go to hospital, we check, go to the labs, then the doctor advises us, we go to the dispensary, to the pharmacy, pick medicine and go. That's so your interest should be on the limits. That for my 1 million, 1.1, this is what I will be able to get. So just ignore the number of lives. That's just a figure that we use to come up with something which is which we think is good enough for the teachers. But I know you're more than that. Yes, Mr. Okelo, you still have your hand up.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I'd just forgotten to lower my hands, but your explanation is sufficient enough, and I will follow. Thank you. We continue.
Yeah, and maybe for your comfort and for the comfort of everyone on this call, we are going to share this presentation. I know right now people might be a bit tired and they're not with, but we're also comfortable to have some questions come through if somebody has read through and then they've internalized well.
Okay, the other question I may ask, if you've shared the policy and the benefits, but you haven't shared any exclusions. Kindly highlight on the exclusions that may hamper someone from claiming. Thank you.
Yes, we have some what you'd call general exclusions on our policies. And I'm happy Sharon is going actually where those exclusions are. Now, for any medical insurance, there are things that are no-go area. We don't pay for you travel expenses as an exclusion because somebody could be and says, I can afford to jump onto a taxi or to drive myself or to jump on a board at hospital, but I want the insurance to cover that. We won't cover that. We can only cover ambulance cost when it's an emergency. We are called in the night and we are told this person can't even walk. There we shall be able to pay the costs. Things to do with domestic and biochemical remedies, those ones we don't cover. Things that are related to self-inflicted pain. Somebody is trying to commit suicide and then by God's grace, people save that person. When we get wind of that, we shall not be held liable to pay that. Of course, if somebody does and then we've not known, some cases go through. Yeah. The doctors people are able to lie to the doctor what happened. Yeah, we can pay if we don't get to know the actual cause of the pain that you have. For people participating into professional sport, you're in a club, let me say you're in Villa, you're in Vipers, and you get an injury. We don't, because those are professional bodies also take insurance on new people who are participating. And in most cases, the injuries that are picked up in those games, some of them require a lot of cash. So I tend to walk away because if I've already underpriced the product, they will have given this, and I get into that kind of arrangement, I end up spending what you call shareholders' money. People who are doing extensions on their ears, extensions on their, I know today you're black and you want to become brown, today you're brown, you want to become anything cosmetic. We don't come into play with that. Nutritional supplements, those are also exclusions. You go to pharmacy and you want to pick vitamins. You want to pick vitamin B, D, vitamin. Those we don't, because part of insurance, we're also trying to encourage people to do what our grandfathers used to do. People need to appreciate eating fruits. In as much as we take in these drugs also become cancerous at some point. So we are mandated to teach you other measures that if you want vitamins, go and buy fruits. Go and exercise. Vitamin D, you the science teachers always used to teach us back in the days that you can get the morning sun. So we try to encourage people to do that. Things to do with fertility and impotence treatment, those ones we don't. And somebody on this call might ask me, but I've seen you guys doing a partnership with Dr. Sadi. Yes, we've done a partnership with Dr. Sadi Fertility Center. We simply negotiate for you a discounted rate, but you can't use your medical insurance to pay for that. You can't also use the medical insurance to pick herbal medicine. Herbal treatments, yes, we know, in as much as some of us who grew up in the villages know that they work, but we cannot put our license onto that, because you might get an overdose, and if you get an overdose, now that comes back to me as the insurer. So we don't, in as much as we can encourage and say, okay, you try this and this. We've had some customers who we've told and they've worked, but we don't pay for that kind of cost. People participating in riots and then political violence, we don't. People who are into abuse of alcohol and other drugs, we don't. Because remember, the law is clear. Don't drink and drive. You're drunk and you've gotten an accident. And the question, and they are telling us in the hospital that this accident was triggered by this guy being drunk. Or you have a liver problem or a kidney problem, and they are telling us that the root cause is drug abuse. We walk away as insurance, because now that becomes us insuring the known, yet insurance has to insure the unknown. Yes, we have a hand up. I don't want to keep your hand up for a long time.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Kokas. I appreciate your presentation.
Yes, Mr. Kokas.
I wanted to make an inquiry. I've
yes,
in most cases witnessed through some people and in some insurance companies, where in case of an emergency, you realize that there is a bureaucratic process you have to follow. In the first place, you realize the person who could be a beneficiary, say, take an example of an accident. For such a person to benefit, it should be him or herself. And you realize that this person is helpless, is not able to help him or herself at that time. And yet this is the very person who's supposed to process the benefits. How different is AAR from that? And then also, in which time range? Because sometimes other people can take a long time and yet maybe the issue needs to be addressed as soon as immediately. And then the other thing is kindly look at the charts. There are actually concerns there that I see touch across. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Kokas, thanks a lot. Now, in terms of, I'll start with the last, the question of how responsive are we? I'm a company that has been around for 40 years. Of course, at some point, I lost a bit of what you call big market share, because right now, because of the merge of the merge of two insurance companies, I've come now to what you call number two, because the two companies have merged their balance sheet. What I'm proud to say that I've learned from my mistakes. I've installed what you call a 24-hour emergency system that if you call that number, emergency number, or if you reach the hospital and they call us, somebody's in there, even in the night, deep hours of the night, and they are able to answer and give an alternative. Insurance, we designed our work formula in such a way that a life has to be saved. So we've also gone ahead to say that in case something happens, at least let's give somebody up to 30 days of informing us. We have instances where we tell customers, yes, go ahead and pay, and then we refund. Because you could reach and they are saying this, and even the people who have taken you to hospital, they don't even know that you have insurance. But the moment they pay cash, and we get wind of it that even through the circle, that so got an accident, we come and visit, then we process those refunds. So when it comes to responsiveness, I'll tell you that is I score myself an A, and I'll even call it an A+, because I have customer service, I have emergency, I have Shallon on call here, working 24/7 to answer queries around that. So service-wise, get rest assured. And if we also have a department that we shall take you through. We call it case management. In as much as those people follow up on admissions, if we are not comfortable with where you are admitted, we transfer you to a facility, because they do actual visits and they also call you to find out, are you comfortable? Are you getting the care? In case you're not getting the care, we move ahead to say, this person has been maybe in a Novik hospital, let's move this person to another hospital, let's move this person to Mulago, let's move this person where this person can get good treatment. My work is actually to see that you get the best of medical insurance.
We have questions in the chat room, and
yes.
One of the questions, someone is asking about AAR in full. That is Amoti.
Amoti, how are you? AAR in full goes for AR Rescue. Africa AR Rescue, that used to be the company. The way AR started in the early 90s, it was an air rescue company. The Dutch came into Kenya and they were doing air rescue. After some time, the company, after them settling in Nairobi for a very long time, they realized that now it wasn't making sense for them to run an air rescue company alone. So the name was the name in full was killed, and they stayed with the initials of AR. The way now you see, because that time they had moved into now doing insurance, general insurance, medical insurance for everyone, apart from airlifting people on the rescue basis. So we stand AR, and AR is now what you call AR in full as AR. It's an example of a company that you see as KCB. When KCB came into this market, it was previously called Kenya Commercial Bank. Now, when they started investing into other parts of East Africa, which is Uganda, Rwanda, Congo, it was not making sense for you to say you're Kenya Commercial Bank, but operating in Uganda. So they killed Kenya Commercial Bank in full and stayed with KCB as the brand name. It's the same that applies to a company like DFCU. DFCU in full is a development finance company of Uganda. And that time DFCU was doing a lot of leasing equipment for likes of Nightingale, the likes of Uganda Breweries, the likes of. So when they transitioned it to become a bank, when they bought a bank that they used to call it Gold Star Bank. That's around 1998, 2000. They killed DFCU in full and they stayed with DFCU as an abbreviation. So that's how the company has evolved. So we no longer call our
question. Right? There are many. What is the range of premium for the group insurance?
Group insurance, that one we determine based on the number of lives that you're giving us. If you're coming in as a family with our butter, we would want everyone to come through the circle, because what we've negotiated down here are what you'd call the lowest prices somebody can enjoy. So you can say, me and my family, I get a product of 440 times the number of people that I have, because now they already negotiated the prices, thanks to Richard and the team that we met at your head office.
Some insurance companies, some insurance exempt customers after a certain age, e.g. 70 years. Do you have the same product? No.
At the moment, we run one up to from 0 years, which is month 1 for a newborn, up to the age limit of 65. I'm going to tell you why insurers do that. After an age of 45, we normally get what you call complications. Remember, we said the insurance does not insure the known, it insures the unknown. So people around 65 and above, they normally have complications. And based on, if you do the matrix, you don't know how to price. You end up telling somebody to pay you 5 million or 3 million and above. And even if they gave you that money, you can also sure that you can be able to take into consideration all the complications that they have. So for now, we are running from 1 to 65 years of age.
On critical illness and permanent disability, do I continue subscribing to the policy?
You don't. We pay you, because when you have critical illness, I don't know how I'm going to price it going forward. So what we do, we give you the 2 million that you saw on that product to assist you, because if somebody is like at stage 4 of cancer, there's nothing much I can do. So as opposed to me lying to them, I rather give them a compensation and then negotiate a price for them at the hospital so they can start paying cash, but under a discounted arrangement. But because in under insurance now there, I know, even if I'm to renew, I'm renewing and taking your money, but I'm not going to be able to give you a service.
I think those were the questions that we had in the chat.
Have, I see somebody here asking, do we have branches in Mbarara? We have hospitals now. The hospitals work like our referral areas. So we have hospitals in Mbarara. Shallon had posted something there, heights out back. That list is going to be shared with you. That across our points of contacts are the hospitals. So now the hospitals become like our branches. Because once you have your unique card, you don't need to come to Kampala. You need to go to the hospital, then the hospital communicates to us that we have your client under this number. Kindly tell us how to proceed with them. But in most cases, the hospital treats you and you don't have actually to call us.
Yeah, so we are in all regions. Yeah.
Tim, what happens if I'm Shallon? If I enroll for a premium of 140, say in Jan, and around Apple, I feel like upgrading it to the premium package of 1.1. How can that be? Is it even possible?
It's not possible. You just have to purchase any insurance because you can't upgrade a policy within. Remember, contract runs for 1 year, so you can't amend an insurance contract within the course of the insurance. But you can purchase another cover. The only thing that we can do there that we can maybe negotiate and discount for you further from instead of paying the 1.1, you pay something that is slightly lower. After looking at the matrix, I have a pricing matrix where I throw some figures and they return some probabilities. So based on that, I give you a price.
Okay, thank you. Members, are there more questions? I know time is already fast spent. We're now into 6 minutes past 9. And I don't see anyone whose hand that is up. So it means the team has addressed all the questions that we had. I don't know if I can end this meeting at this point. Madam Auma, do you have any point to say? Okay. Rogers, do you have anything to comment about?
Someone asks what is the minimum amount to subscribe?
What is the minimum amount to subscribe? I think that's the lowest. Okay, you can go on.
We checked the different packages, and the first one was 440. The second one, let me share. Yeah, the second one 239, and the last one was 1.1. So the list is 239. Then we had, yeah, that is it. Even in group insurance, is there different packages? Yeah, that one, for now, the package we are referring to is 1.1.
Okay. Thank you, Sharon. Members on the call, as we end this meeting, I want to really give you comfort and also encourage you that we all need this kind of package. We need to ensure our lives so that we don't get worried when it comes to times of emergency. I want to give you assurance that as a circle manager, I want to design a product that I will table to board for approval that will be in line with insurance premium financing. So don't get worried about financing. Yes, we can extend to you some credits and then you keep paying in installments. I'll discuss with these insurers the nitty-gritties of how we can package up this product. But it's something I can take on, and then we design it. We can even start immediately. So let's start to organize the numbers. Whoever might want the product, you can just inbox me so that I get the energy of going to the board and then present the product. When I have even the numbers, I'm going to present. That's why I'm so interested in the product. And to the team, the presenter, thank you very much for sacrificing time. I know we shall have the numbers. We have a very huge population of science teachers. So, and I know this is for our lives. We all need this package. So I want to end this call at this point in time. Thank you for your time. Thank you for attending. I want to wish you a good night and bye for now.
Thank you, and congratulations to the Arsenal supporters.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richard.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Manager, for the moderation, and thank you very much. Just want to remind the members that for all the sessions that we are having here, we have the sessions, the recordings and the presentations on our website. So in case after this session, we are going to be uploading so that we can always get this as a resource. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to add on. Thank you very much, and wish everyone a nice evening.
All right.
Bye.